welcome back to my channel. How are you all doing this week? I hope you're all well. It is another weekly update on my Mounjaro weight loss journey. It's the week 12 update. I can't believe that is 12 full weeks now gone by. So yeah, if you're new, welcome. My name is Marcia. I'm 53 years old. I live in North Yorkshire in the UK, and I started my Mounjaro journey on the 21st of May this year. And I just can't believe where the time has gone already. It is honestly the best thing I've ever done. It's just a game changer. It's completely changing my life. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for clicking back on my video this week for another update. And you are very welcome here. And please do feel able to share your results with us all this week in the comments down below. I really enjoy reading all of your comments and things, so yeah, please do feel free to do that. If you are new here, just to let you know, I have got a couple of different playlists which is sort of sharing all of my videos here on YouTube, and I've got two main sort of videos that I do like weekly and monthly updates, and they're in my GLP-1 Diaries. I'll do a little split screen here so you can kind of see my playlist there. But if you want to follow my full journey, I also film daily vlogs. So every single day I upload a video and I share everything that I'm eating, any side effects I'm having, and just sort of general day-to-day things that I'm up to in my life. And yeah, they're uploaded every day onto another playlist which I've got, which is called My Weight Loss and Fitness Journey. I'll do another little split screen here. And I have also started including like my weekly and monthly updates in there as well. So if you do want to watch all my daily vlogs and everything, I've got everything in one playlist for you. But if you just want to catch up with my weekly and monthly updates, then yeah, they're just in the GLP-1 Diaries, so check that out. On my monthly updates, I do like a lot of things like to do with non-scale victories. There'll be one coming up this weekend, and they're usually filmed around about the 21st of the month. So in there, I try on clothes, like the same clothes every month, just to see if they're fitting better. And we do tape measurements. I've got some starting photos and things which we can compare to. And it's just more of like a feel-good thing, trying to stay motivated without focusing purely on the scales. But these weekly updates are all about the numbers. We have a look at my weight, we look at all the metrics. I have got some Renfo scales, so there is an associated app that goes along with that. So if you like facts and figures and charts and all the rest of it, then this is the video for you. And I'm also going to be including from now, because I've just recently signed up with using the NutriCheck app to log all my food every day, so I can now look at the average of my week's calories and protein intake and things like that. So I'll just do a little quick section on like the past week's sort of food, looking at the averages, and then seeing if that maybe then starts to relate to my weight loss, if maybe having more protein one week and less carbs maybe results in a better weight loss, or vice versa. So yeah, it is my first week with that, but I think in the future it'd be quite useful to look back on just to see how that's doing. We also set a few plans for the week ahead coming up, and then yeah, that's it really. So let me tell you a few figures. First of all, I did create a little split screen last week, and I thought that worked quite well, so I'll do that again this week too. So I started, as I mentioned, on the 21st of May. My starting weight was 13 stone 12.8, which is 194.8 pounds, which is 88.36 kilos, and my BMI was 32.4. For reference, I'm 5'5", which is like 165 centimeters, and then yeah, I'm 53 woman. So yeah, those like my basic kind of like starting things and where we are. And I have lost every single week on Mounjaro. I've not had to maintain or a gain, so I'm feeling very, very thankful. I have had some good losses, I've had some like so losses, but I've always had a loss. And I think it's about looking at the bigger picture. I'm never too worried about a single week by itself. If I was getting like a big trend of like very poor losses, I would certainly need to have a little look at what was going on. So last week I weighed in, I had my second biggest ever loss last week. I lost 3.5 pounds. And last week I weighed in at 11 stone, 13.4. So I was ever so excited to get back into the 11 stones. And my BMI last week was 27.9. So I have got on the scales. Let me get the, oh, I've just got something in my eye. Let me open up my Renfos. Actually, will we do the calories first for the week before I tell you what I weighed? Yes, let's do that. So let me just pull up here the NutriCheck app. And so here, what I've done, I've had a look, I've taken it to Monday the 12th, because that was my last full day before weigh-in. So I kind of count my week Tuesdays to Mondays, and then I get weighed on a Tuesday morning. So for the 7 days average, it sets my calorie target at 1,400 calories, and to be honest, I don't think I've ever hit 1,400 calories yet, but I do kind of like try and get as close to it. I do try, and I'm eating more, I am getting better. So my average calories for the past 7 days has been 1,155 calories. So it says I'm like 83% of my target has been reached. So I'm not overeating there at all. Yeah, so my calories are, like, average calories are 1,155, which is 83% of my target. Carbs, I've had quite a carb heavy week actually, and my carbs are 123.2 grams is my average day. So it says there that I've gone 110% of my target. So I probably maybe need to look at my carbs a little bit, maybe pull them back just a tiny bit. I don't want to go carb free. I'm quite happy eating carbs. I think I don't want to exclude any food group. And then looking at my protein, my average daily protein has been 77.9 grams. So if I was still going by what Weight Watchers had said, then I'd have hit my target. I did set my target, I think, at 115 grams. I think I'm going to adjust my target on here and set it to 100 grams every day, because I think as long as I'm aiming for at least 100 grams, I'm happy. But yeah, 77.9 grams. So maybe need to work on my protein intake a little bit more. So yeah, that's where we're at for nutrition for the past 7 days. So let's get on to the bit that we're all interested in really, is how have I done on the scales. So I'm just going to pull this up, and then I'll set my screen to record, and then I can share what I'm looking at with you all here. All right, so yeah, last week my weight was 11 stone, 13.4 pounds. And if you remember, my starting weight is 13 stone, 12.8. So like my next milestone is that I was wanting to get 2 stone. I want to get my 2 stone target, which is like 28 pounds if you're in the US. So I got on the scales on Tuesday, yesterday, and I weigh 11 stone, 12.8. So that means I have lost 0.6 pounds this week, but my total weight loss to date is 2 stone, exactly on the nose. So I can't be mad at that. I really wanted to get to my 2 stone this week, and I have. So yeah, so if you have a look here, I've got 11 stone, 12.8. If you look on the little pink section, I've set my comparison to the 6th of August. So yeah, I've lost 0.6 pounds. My BMI has come down by 0.1. I've lost no body fat this week. So how do I feel about that? I feel I've got mixed emotions actually, because I am earlier in the week, just before the weekend, I'd been making really good weight loss actually, and I am one of these people that still weighs every single day, and my weight was coming down and down, and then on Sunday it started going back up, and we've been out on Sunday, and I think there's a couple of things why. I think I had quite a carb heavy weekend for one, so whether I've got like a lot of extra fluids since on board, and that might shift over the next couple of days, and maybe a bit of extra salt as well in my diet, so obviously attracting water and fluid. But I restarted my HRT at the back end of last week as well. I've been off my HRT for quite a few months whilst I was having investigations and things at the hospital. Everything's now all come back clear and everything. They've been able to restart me on my HRT. So I have literally just restarted my HRT. So whether that's got anything to do with it, if just like my whole body is like sort of changing a little bit, I'm not sure, but I'm not worried. I've still lost some weight this week, so I'm really pleased. And I have got my 2 stone, which is amazing. But it is my second lowest weight loss since the start of my journey. But it is what it is, isn't it? So we'll have a look at a few of these little things on here and see if I can cheer myself up a bit. And we'll have a look. So if we let's scroll down here. And as you can see here, these are all of the metrics that the Renpho Scales app monitors. So we've got weight, BMI, body fat, fat-free body weight, subcutaneous fat, visceral fat, body water, skeletal muscle. Someone was laughing at how I said that. I know lots of you say skeletal. I don't know if it's because I've had I was a nurse and so they say like skeletal, like musculoskeletal. I don't know. Got muscle mass, bone mass, protein, basal metabolic rate, and my metabolic age. So those are all the things it measures. And then if you click the little details tab here, I'm just sort of saying this in case you've got these scales and I'm just sort of like to go through the functions with you all. What we can do is have a look here. And so I have still got 7 of my statistics aren't up to standard, but equally 6 now are meeting the standard. So that is an improvement from when I started my journey. I used to have 9 that weren't up to standard and only 4 which were. So let's have a little look here. These are handy. If you click each one, it just shows us on a little scale whereabouts we are. At the beginning of this, I was right up at the end of the red, so things are really moving down nicely. So as you can see, I'm heading towards like the middle point of the overweight marker. I need to get to be 10 stone 10 to be at a normal weight. So I'm currently at 11 stone 12. So hopefully not too much longer until I'm out of the overweight category, which would be really something else, wouldn't it? That'd be so good. My BMI is 27.8. So again, that's just moving down nicely towards a healthy BMI. Body fat. So this is the body composition fat tissue ratio. So it still says fat. I just love it. It just says fat. Or then if you get to 32%, you're acceptable. I just think it's so rude. So I'm not at the end of the fat scale anymore. I am working my way down. The body fat percentage is actually one of the things I can set as my target. And initially I just had set it at 25% original. I'll show you when we go back onto the main screen. And because I wasn't really sure what I should set it at, but then I was like, oh, hang on a minute. It tells me here what's acceptable, what isn't. So obviously 32% is an acceptable amount, 25% for health. So as long as I can sort of get this down towards the 32% mark at least, then like my body fat composition is going in the better direction and is probably less impactful on my health. But yeah, how rude, fat. And yes, I was 37.2%. Subcutaneous fat. So this is the fat underneath your skin. So I'm still in the high marker there. It's at 33.4%. I need that to be down at 26.7%. Body water, so like my hydration, I am so close to being normal. I have been trying to improve my hydration week on week, so it's definitely something I'm aware of. It's something I'm really working on, and what I will start doing, actually, I'm going to start tracking it all in my NutriCheck app as well, and we can look at that along with my like average calories and things. We can see if I've managed to meet my targets for my fluid intake each day. But I'm so close. I'm 43.1%. If I can get to 45%, then I'll be in the normal hydration level. So that's really good. If you're better hydrated, everything kind of works better. It's easier for you to lose weight as well. And there's so many benefits to being properly hydrated. And you look younger. You know, it's good for your skin and everything else. So skeletal/skeletal muscle. So this says it is low. So this is 36.6%. This is the ratio of muscle involved with mechanical systems of our bodies. So there's a few things here which I'm going to pick up on and show. Someone had mentioned it last week about there's a few contradictory things here. So yeah, my skeletal muscle is 36.6%. It says I should be at 40% to meet the standard. So there we are. And then metabolic age is 58. I started off at 60, so it's good that my body thinks I'm getting younger, even if I'm getting older. The things that are up to standard, so it's your fat-free body weight. Well, I imagine, so this is muscle in addition to body fat is a major component of body weight. So this is obviously everything in my body without fat is 7 stone, 6.8 pounds. Visceral fat, I am now at the acceptable range. This is all the fat around your organs. So I'm really happy because this is the stuff which can cause real health issues. I was, I think I was at 14 at the start of my journey. So I'm down at 11. So I'm really happy. I'd like to nudge that down a little bit more if possible, but at least I'm in the acceptable range. So that is good. And I think sometimes this is why you don't always, when you first start losing weight, you may not, see a visual change because you've still got all the fat under your skin and everything, but if you are reducing the fat around your organs, that's a great place to start, and that's where you want it to be going. The rest is kind of cosmetic and it will come off, but you really want to get that nasty fat that's like swamping your organs, you know, and causing health problems. You know, that's the stuff we need to be focusing on. But obviously all the fat coming off is great. Well, not all of it, we still need some. I do ramble. So this is what's really interesting here. So muscle mass, okay, so this is like your total muscle mass is adequate. This includes skeletal muscle, skeletal, I'm so paranoid, cardiac and smooth muscle. Bone mass is good, so I'm almost at above average for my bone mass. I think that's because in the past as well, I've always done a lot of weights and things like that, and I think it's just really good to have strength training. It keeps your muscles strong, it keeps your bones strong as well. I don't have any osteoporosis. I'm on HRT, which is good for my bone health as well. So be interesting to see actually now I'm back on my HRT if that helps with my bone mass or not. That'll be interesting to see. My protein is 14.1%, so that's inside the standard, which is good. It just says, yeah, it just plays a vital role in the bodies. It builds and maintains muscles, organs, and other tissue. And I do actively consume protein. I'm much better now at taking my daily collagen, which is good. That's got protein in. I'm taking, I've got Clear Whey protein drinks as well. I'm sort of trying to include protein naturally into my diet as well. So I am trying to focus on my protein goals. My basal metabolic rate is really well into the standard there. So I'm burning a good amount of calories at rest. So 1406 calories. So yeah, that's all of those little measurements there. So I was talking to you about, I'd set my goal for the body fat, hadn't I? So you can see there I've now set my target body fat at 32%, and that was like the first marker to get it into like a normal range. So I thought, let's just focus on that, get to 32%, then I'll maybe drop it to like 30% or something like that. But I definitely don't want to be down at 25%. I just want to be able to have small achievable goals. So let's first of all focus on getting it into like a healthy range first of all. I've set my target weight as 10 stone. So I'm over halfway on my weight loss journey now, which is really, really good. So I've still got 1 stone, 12.8 pounds to lose. And I still need to lose 5.2% body fat to get to a healthy target. So it's all going on. What we can do now is compare this week's results to last week's results. So look at the last 7 days, which is really good. So where it says the 6th of August there, if you just click underneath there where the weight is, it'll open up our little 7-day comparison. So you can see here, last 7 days, I've lost 0.6 pounds. 0% body fat has changed. So yeah, the weight there, you've got last week's weigh-in and this week's weigh-in, so 0.6 off. BMI last week was 27.9. This week it's 27.8, so it's down by 0.1, so it's just getting closer, bit by bit. Body fat has stayed the same this week, but at least it's not gone up. Let's be positive. And the fat-free body weight is down by 0.3 pounds. So that's okay. Subcutaneous fat has stayed the same, no change there. My visceral fat has stayed the same. Body water stayed the same. My skeletal muscle has stayed the same. Muscle mass has gone down by 0.3 pounds. And my bone mass has stayed the same. And protein has stayed the same. So not much change there at all. So that's fine. And then we'll just finish off on here by looking at, if you go down to the bottom where it says trends, we can click that. And we'll click to the 3 monthly view. Make sure I've got everything in here. Yeah. And there we go. So we can just have a little look at, at the charts and see how we're going and how my journey is going. So you can see at the very beginning here, this is for weight, with a nice steep incline for the first few weeks, plateaued out a little bit, but then it's on the downward trend, slight plateau. Well, not a plateau as such, I'm still losing, but you can see it's sort of slowed down a little bit. So that's the graph for weight. So it's just nice to see a downward trend. And it also tells you what your weekly weight rate is and what the sort of general trend is, what your highest was and what the lowest. For some reason, it still says on here that my highest weight was 13 stone, 12.6, even though it was 12.8. And if I go into history for my weight, it still says 13 stone 12.8 on there, but for some reason it won't put it on the chart, so it doesn't matter. But if you look here, my weekly rate is 2.3 pounds a week over my whole journey so far, so I'm really happy with that. I think that's a nice healthy weight loss each week. It's not too fast. So yeah, hopefully I'm not going to get too much saggy skin. It's not going to result in too much muscle loss and things like that. So hopefully it's mainly fat that's coming off. So I am happy with that. BMI over the time has come down from 32.4 down to 27.8. And you can see there that the weekly rate is 0.4, which is like fantastic. Isn't that so good? My body fat, you can see it's just sort of stayed the same at the bottom this week. I have had another time before where it just kind of stayed and then it came down. I think I'm going to have a good week this next week. We shall see. But yeah, it's coming down at a rate of 0.3% a week. So that's good. Fat-free body weight. So again, that's coming down. So yeah, no problems with that. Subcutaneous fat, so yeah, I've got another little like shelf level today, but my weekly rate is 0.2% coming off, so we're getting there again bit by bit. So if you think every 5 weeks, every month I'm dropping 1% body fat, so we'll get there. We will get there. My visceral fat has come down really nicely. I would still like to bring that down a wee bit more. So yeah, it started off at 14, down at 11. A weekly rate of minus 0.3, which is good. Body water, so my hydration has been improving week on week. However, this week is the first week where it stayed the same. So whether I'm just getting to a point now where I'm much better hydrated, but I do know there is definite room for improvement. I do need to still drink a little bit more. But it's improving by 0.2% every week. So you can see there, I've raised it by almost 2% for my hydration levels. So I think that's probably quite good, I think. My skeletal muscles, this is the muscle that is involved with your movements. So it's what's on your bones, it's what's making you move. And this is what someone had pointed this out to me, because obviously we've got skeletal muscle and then muscle mass. So I was getting really worried because I was thinking, oh, I'm losing my muscle. On the muscle mass, you'll see it's coming down. I was like, I'm losing my muscle. Yet, when you look at this, it actually says like my muscle, skeletal muscle is actually increasing. So I'm doing something right. I'm getting plenty of protein in there. I am sort of in the gym and I was working out a lot the first month, before I started filming my daily vlogs and things. I have got things from my old videos where you can see the exercises I was doing. So I have been working out, I have been using weights, I am eating protein, so I think I'm having my collagen. So I think I'm trying to do all the things that I can do that are within my powers to try and prevent muscle loss. So yeah, this one, it shows an improving picture, which is really good, and it's got a weekly increase of 0.2%, so I'm really happy with that. But then when you go to muscle mass, it looks like it's dropping off. However, the muscle mass includes smooth muscle, so if my skeletal mass is increasing, that means that my smooth muscle is reducing. But smooth muscle is not anything I can control, because I can't work that to increase that. So I'm not quite sure why that is sort of reducing. I just find it very confusing. I did try and have a little look online and get a bit more information about it, but it was actually very difficult to, if you actually sort of try and search for smooth muscle loss, I wonder if there's a bit of a glitch sometimes in these scales. They aren't 100% accurate, obviously. It does just show trends and give an indication. But if any of you know about smooth muscle loss, let me know. Not the skeletal one where we can control this, not the sort of striated one, but smooth muscle. Bone mass is all right. It's just been a bit wibbly wobbly, but as we saw on the little scale, don't always get too hung up on a graph. Look at where you are on like the good, poor, sort of like excellent sort of little ratio scale thing. And I've got really good bone mass, so even though it's dipped a little bit, I'm not concerned, because I know that actually I am above average, and so I'm happy with that. My protein has been rising there, so it's increasing at 0.1% a week. Basal metabolic rate, wibbly wobbly, but what? So the weekly rate is changed by 6 calories a week. I'm not going to lose sleep over my basal metabolic rate going down by 6 calories. You can see that the highest was 1467, lowest 1403. So we're kind of looking at 60 calorie difference a day for my basal metabolic rate. But on the chart, it was still showing as being in a really good range. So I'm more than happy with that as well. Don't look at something in isolation. And then my metabolic age, 58. Let's try and get it down to 57. Who knows? So that's all of that done. Let me just close this off, guys, and we'll have a little chat. So yeah, I mean, it'd be really easy for me to be disappointed with this week's weight loss, but I'm not. I'm looking at the bigger picture. I'm looking at my whole journey. I have continued to have downward trends. I'm really happy. It's still another weight loss, and I've achieved my 2 stone, which is what I really wanted to do this week. So I can't be mad at that. Looking at goals, have I talked about side effects this week? Have I talked about any side effects? I don't know, have I? Let's do goals. We'll have a quick chat about side effects, and then we'll wrap it up for today. So yeah, looking at the week ahead, I had sort of set some goals last week, hadn't I, for what I wanted to target. And in those, my goals were like to drink 2 litres a day, to try and aim for 100 grams of protein, increase my activity, do some strength training, and try and improve my sleep. Out of that, I think I'm still working on my hydration. I'm kind of getting there. I'm definitely aware of my protein, and I'm not doing too bad, but I'm definitely not at 100 grams as you saw from my weekly average. So let's see if we can increase that. And what I'll start to do from now on, I can always do like a little split screen, and we can compare the week before's to that week's and see if like I'm managing to improve my nutrition. I'm eating a lot better on this dose, and I'm actually feeling kind of almost like pre-Mounjaro in a way, in that I don't feel like I'm on Mounjaro anymore. I'm just not having the headaches, I'm not having all the fatigue, I'm not having all of this, I'm just getting some minor side effects. But I just kind of, this week I've just felt different. I felt more normal in that way. I can't even put my finger on it. Is that because I've started my HRT again? Don't know. Is it because just now I'm getting to a nice sort of getting used to this dose, 7.5, maybe. I don't know, but I just feel really, really good on it, to the point where I just think I'm just really happy on here. I'm still not snacking. I'm just having my 3 meals a day. and that is it. I'm not bothered about eating anything at night on an evening, and that for me is the biggest thing, because that was my total downfall in the past, was that I just always had this food noise in the background. I'm eating better. Even if I'm not always getting my hunger cues at meal times, I am making sure that I prepare something and eat it. I wouldn't say I've got full, like, massive, like, I'm not overly suppressed at all. I'm not thinking like, oh, I can't eat. It's just that I'm not always thinking about food. And if I prepare something, even if I've not thought about it, I think, oh, it's lunchtime, I'll make something to eat, I will eat it. So yeah, that's good. So those were my goals for last week. I kind of done all right there. Side effects this week, as I've mentioned, have been very few and far between. A little bit of sensitivity around the backs of my arms, sometimes around my thumb, a little bit around this elbow and forearm. No headaches at all. The day after my injection, I had fatigue, and normally it maybe be a couple of days after, but yeah, it was the following day and I was absolutely shattered. So that was the only thing there. And apart from that, I felt really, really good. Bowels are a lot better, less sluggish. So I haven't had any like awful constipation. I've had no diarrhea. I've had no nausea, no vomiting. I think I've had a pretty good week, really, guys. I have been back in the gym. I've started exercising again, so that's really good. You'll be able to see things like that in my daily vlogs. I'm sharing it there. I'm also going to start uploading shorts of the workouts. So yeah, just make sure you're subscribed, hit the bell notification, click all, and you'll see all of my uploads. And I think really that's about it. So planning for the week ahead, I'm sure I've probably missed something out. Plans for the week ahead, I want to continue with making sure I get at least 2 litres of water in a day. I want to be hitting 100 grams of protein. I want to continue with my exercising, try and improve my sleep. And I think I really need to watch actually is Pepsi Max. It is making an appearance again. Just have a quick drink. I used to drink loads of Pepsi Max in the early days. I kind of went off it, and I am definitely drinking more of it. Obviously, it's got your artificial sweeteners in there, all the sorts of things like that. It's not a great thing to drink. So I think I need to try and work on cutting back. So I think maybe this week I'll maybe say I'll only have 2 cans a day, then we'll go down to a can a day. I'm not going to cut it out completely, but let me just drop it down to 2 cans a day and then work on my other sort of like water sort of intake there. So yeah, I think that is it. Is that everything? Have I missed anything out? I'm not sure. Oh, the bad taste in my mouth has totally gone this week as well, because like last week it was dreadful. That was like one of my biggest complaints. However, I did have a massive weight loss. So yeah, it probably was that I was in fat burning mode and was like a fat burning machine. I've had no bad taste in my mouth this week and I haven't lost very much. So it's a trade-off, isn't it? You know, it's a trade-off. So I hope that was okay for you this week. I feel like I've not been very organised with my video. I don't know if it's been a bit jumpy around or not. Hopefully it's been all right for you. So that's this one. So next week, it'll be my week 13 update. I'll be in Scotland, but I will take my scales with me. I must remember, I'm going to have to write a list of things to do. So I'll take my scales with me away, and then I'll be filming up there in Scotland, and we'll do that. This weekend, it will be my 3-month update. So I'll either film it just before we go to Scotland, or I'll take all my clothes with me and we'll film it in Scotland, but we will get it done. I really want to film a 3-month update because I think it's just like fantastic. And then I'll also be filming soon when I get back, actually the Wednesday after I get back, it'll be my 100 days on Mounjaro, so I've got that to look forward to. I'll maybe do a little something for that. And yeah, but other than that, make sure you just tune in every single day for my daily vlogs if you like that type of thing. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching my update this week. Please let me know how you've got on. I have got a discount code as well for £40 off MedExpress if you're a new customer with them. So it's just anyone that's ordered through MedExpress will have a a code there that they could use, so you don't need to use mine. If you've got a friend or you know someone else, and by all means use their code, but don't pay full price for anything if you can help it. I've been with them from the very start of my journey and I've had no issues at all. So yeah, but let me know how you're getting on. Please do have a little chat with me down in the comments. And please consider subscribing if you haven't. Right, I'm going to go because I'm now just rambling. But take care, guys. Thank you so much as always. Mwah. Have a beautiful week. Bye for now.